And for more on the situation in Nepal, I can welcome Krishna Hachhethu, Professor of Political Science at Tribhuvan University in Kathmandu. Thank you for joining us, Professor Hachhethu. From a Nepalese point of view, how surprising has the violence of the past few days been?
Actually, it is expression of the anger with the parties and the person who have been ruling this country since last 35 years. So it is a kind of complete distrust to the establishment. I mean, to the establishments in those parties and those leaders which are in the helm of power since last 35 years. But till couple of days, I was assumed, or I spoke in the way that Nepal situation was different from Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. The likelihood of a mob protest was less likely because Nepal had advantage that freedom of speech was unrestrictedly open. But that was the point on which people could express their anger using their freedom of expression. But nowadays, the main vehicle, the main instrument of freedom of expression is social media, which was all of a sudden stopped by the government. Then the people did not find the way how they express their dissent, how they express their anger. So then everything is accumulated to the point that when the people were restricted to speak, exercise the freedom of speech by the most popular and contemporary used instruments or vehicle, that is social media, then it all of a sudden, unanticipatedly, unprecedentedly, especially the youngsters come on the street, then the situation becomes completely chaos and anarchy. And the problem is this government, the incumbent government, was bad enough to handle the mob or the protest. So there are several other ways to handle the protest, but they stood down. In the first day of the event, 19 people were shot down, which had never happened in the history of Nepal. If we look back to 1951, just a murder of 4 persons eventually led to change the 140 years old Rana oligarchy. Similarly, other major political happened in 1990. It went for almost 2 months, but the casualty was just 23. And similarly, in 2006 also, we did have a 19 days protest. The casualty was 19. But this time, the casualty in 1 day was 19, and most all of them are the youngster.
Could I just ask you there, we've seen the resignation of the Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, and Nepal is looking for an interim Prime Minister now, and this former Chief Justice Sushila Karki has been tipped to step in. Will this be acceptable to protesters?
Okay, I mean, there is no unanimity, but the protester has not a it is not cohesive force. They don't have a organization, they don't have a leadership hierarchy and profile. It is all about a gathering of the people spread all over the country. Nevertheless, because they went for 2 rounds of the public opinion consultation. In the beginning round, 63% or majority of them choose the Kathmandu mayor, Balen Shah, but Balen Shah declined to take the post. Then in that round, the second runner of Sushil Pade, in the under round of the referendum, then almost half of those who participate in the opinion collection prefer her. it is very difficult to make a unanimous decision, but selection of Sushila Pandey, former Chief Justice, maybe or is acceptable in compared to other persons.
And
the question is,
could I just ask you,
go ahead.
Is there any likelihood of these protests sparking a wider movement that will continue further?
Okay, taking into account the 2 days, the situation when it was the prime security force of every country is the army. When army has taken up to take care of the security and the law and order or peace, in last 2 days it is almost calm. And if the interim prime or the interim government is formed, I have some technical words that one doesn't need to scrap the existing constitution. There is a way that the constitution could also be keeping intact, and the new interim prime minister under the less controversial or non-controversial leadership like the Sushila